And we can go to Malcolm Webb live at the Dzaipi refugee camp in South Sudan. You gave us a pretty succinct overview of the situation there, but what more have you learnt about those people then and what it is that they're facing, Malcolm?
The line's a bit bad, but I think you're asking about the situation here. People keep arriving. This morning we've seen more trucks coming in from the border. The UN say about 2,000 or 3,000 people on average have been arriving every day. If we just pan the camera over here, we can see this is basically a holding area, a reception centre. So people here just wait in this open field until they're registered. They've put up the simple structures as you saw in the story, but they haven't got anywhere to go. There's not much food. And the UN say they're managing to relocate, with the help of the government of Uganda, about 200 or 300 people every day. So with about 2,000 or 3,000 coming in, of course, that means this site is swelling. It's getting bigger and bigger all the time.
I know you've spoken to some of them, Malcolm. What's their feeling about the talks underway? Do they feel positive in any way?
Well, I guess for the people here, the primary concern is finding food and shelter and getting to safety. A lot of them have come from very traumatic experiences and have had long journeys lasting days or even a week or 2 weeks. But generally, it seems people here don't have an enormous amount of confidence in the leaders and in the fact that they, in the chance of peace anytime soon. I mean, the fact that they've come so far in such large numbers and they're willing to actually set up homes here and start planting seeds and digging the ground is some kind of indication of how long they think they might be here for.
Malcolm, from your experience and what you've seen, what sort of impact would it have if the US does indeed go ahead and stop aid if the two warring sides don't reach some sort of ceasefire deal?
Well, for South Sudan, that would be a very significant move. I mean, the US was the sort of godfather of South Sudan. They backed the secession and the creation of the nation, and they backed it politically and financially as well. South Sudan depended to a large extent on very large amounts of aid from the US, and also they had oil revenues, but oil revenues are now stopped. Of course, with the fighting going on, there's no chance of extracting oil anytime soon. So if aid gets cut off as well, then that basically cuts off almost all the income for the government of South Sudan. So that would put serious pressure on them to come to the table. But whether or not that would be enough to de-escalate the tensions between the Vice President and the former Vice President will remain to be seen.
All right, thanks for that, Malcolm Webb.